The last stand, the galaxy had been at war for many years. Everywhere, people spoke the name Zorth Dominion with fear. The Zorth were powerful, cruel, and unstoppable. Their warships were huge and their weapons deadly. Wherever they went, planets fell. No one could stand against them, not at first. The humans believed they were safe. Earth was far away, and the Zorth had no reason to attack them. But it didn't last long. One by one, human colonies were destroyed. Entire cities vanished under the fire of alien weapons. Billions of people died. The galaxy watched, thinking that humanity would soon be nothing but a memory not now. Only one human colony remained, Venera 7. It was a small planet on the edge of the galaxy. The last human fleet, tired and broken, gathered there. Everyone knew this would be the final battle. If the Zorth won here, humanity would be gone forever. The alien warlord, Zarkon, stood aboard his massive command ship, the Dread Sun. He smiled as he looked at the small human ships waiting near Venera 7. They were weak. Their weapons were old. Their ships were outnumbered 10 to 1. Prepare to finish them, Zarkon ordered. Let's end this human problem once and for all. His officers laughed. In their minds, the battle was already won. On the other side of the battlefield, Admiral Riker stood on the bridge of the human command ship Valiant. His face was tired, but his eyes were sharp. He knew what was coming. He knew the Zorth wouldn't show mercy. All ships, he spoke calmly into the comm system, hold your positions. Do not fire until my command. His officers looked at him nervously. They were scared, but they trusted Riker. He had saved them many times before. If this was to be humanity's last stand, they would follow him to the end. Outside, the dark space was filled with warships. The Zorth fleet was enormous. Their ships formed a wall of metal and fire. Bright blue energy glowed from their weapons, ready to strike. Then a sudden beep came from the sensors. "Admiral," a young officer called out, "I'm picking up something." A strange signal from deep space. Riker's eyes narrowed. "Where is it coming from?" I don't know, sir. It's human. But the signal is too strong. It's like nothing we've seen before." The crew stared at the screen as the signal grew stronger. The Zorth ships noticed it too. Their sensors picked up the strange reading, but they couldn't identify it. "What is that?" Zarkon demanded. His officers scrambled for answers, but none came. Back on the Valiant, the young officer spoke again. "Sir, it's a ship." The bridge went silent. "A ship?" Riker asked. "From where?" "It's from Earth, sir. But we have no record of it." The crew exchanged confused glances. How could a human ship be coming now? No one had left Earth in years. The signal grew closer. The sensors showed a massive object entering the system. Bigger than any human ship ever built. Bigger than most alien ships, too. "Put it on screen," Riker ordered. The screen flickered, then showed the shape of a colossal ship moving through space. Its surface was black, smooth, and shining like glass. No lights, no markings. But its size alone made the Zorth fleet look small. Gasps filled the bridge. "By the stars," someone whispered. "What is that?" Even Zarkon's officers grew uneasy. The unknown ship moved slowly, but with purpose. It ignored the alien fleet as if it wasn't there. On the alien command ship, Zarkon shouted, "Fire on that ship. Destroy it before it reaches the humans." The Zorth ships fired. Bright beams of deadly energy struck the massive vessel. But nothing happened. The blasts vanished against its invisible shields. The ship didn't slow down. It didn't turn. It kept moving. Panic spread through the Zorth fleet. Their weapons were useless. Back on the Valiant, Admiral Riker allowed a small smile to form on his face. About time. he muttered. The officer beside him spoke with awe. "Sir, what is that ship?" Riker looked at him, his voice calm and steady. "That," he said, "is Leviathan." The name hung in the air like a silent promise. No one spoke. No one moved. Both human and alien crews knew something had changed. This wasn't just a ship. It was something more. Something built for a single reason. To end wars. And it had arrived. The ship from nowhere. A giant ship, Leviathan, moved like a shadow through space. It made no sound. Its dark surface reflected the light of distant stars. Every alien scanner tried to study it, but the data made no sense. No one had ever seen anything like it. On the dread sun, Warlord Zarkon gritted his sharp teeth. His red eyes glowed with anger. His officers worked quickly, but fear spread through the alien crew like fire. "What is that thing?" Zarkon demanded. "No records in our database, Warlord," one officer replied, his voice shaking. "Our sensors cannot read its shields. It's human, but it's impossible." Zarkon's fist slammed against the command table. "Nothing is impossible. It's one ship. Destroy it." The alien fleet opened fire again. Dozens of bright beams shot toward Leviathan, each one powerful enough to crack a planet's surface. But when the beams reached the ship, they disappeared like drops of rain hitting stone. The Leviathan did not even slow down. On the bridge of the Valiant, Admiral Riker watched in silence. The crew stared at the screens, their fear turning to disbelief. Some couldn't believe it was real. Some whispered in shock. "How is this possible?" A young officer asked. Riker took a deep breath. "Because we built it when no one believed we could." Everyone turned to him. "While the galaxy laughed at us," Riker continued, "while the Zorith burned our colonies, Earth worked in secret, far beyond the outer systems. In the dark places, no one watched. The crew hung on his every word. For years, the brightest minds of our people built something the galaxy had never seen. A weapon too big to ignore, too strong to stop. And now," Riker smiled coldly, "now it's here." The name Leviathan echoed across human and alien communication channels. Some alien commanders panicked. Others called for retreat. The galaxy had believed humans were finished. That belief shattered in seconds. Inside Leviathan, everything was quiet and calm. The ship's AI, known only as Argus, handled most of the systems. Human operators stood at their stations, watching, waiting. A deep voice came through the Valiant's com channel. "This is Leviathan. Admiral Riker, we are at your command." Riker felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He opened the comlink. "Welcome to the fight, Leviathan. Show them what Earth has built." The giant ship adjusted its course. Its main weapons powered up. Unlike normal ships, Leviathan carried no ordinary guns. Its weapons were ancient technology, rebuilt from long-lost alien ruins found deep beneath Earth's oceans. Tech the galaxy believed lost forever. The Zorith didn't stand a chance. "Target the nearest enemy capital ship," Argus announced. The weapon systems locked onto a massive alien warship, the Bloodfang. It was a symbol of the Zorith's power. A ship that had destroyed 12 human colonies. A single beam of pale blue light fired from Leviathan's main cannon. Silent, cold, it struck the Bloodfang directly. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, without sound, the Bloodfang vanished. No explosion, no debris, just gone. Erased from existence. On the dread sun, Zarkon froze. His officers stared in horror. It destroyed a capital ship with one shot. An officer whispered. Zarkon roared in rage. "All ships, fall back, stay out of range." But it was too late. The Zorith fleet was in chaos. Some ships tried to escape. Others hesitated. The once proud warriors now ran in fear. On the Valiant, the human crew cheered. "It's working." One officer shouted, "They're running." But Riker raised his hand. "Not yet. This is only the beginning." He turned back to the screen. "Leviathan, advance. Crush them." The massive ship moved forward. Each time it fired, another alien ship vanished. Human fighters followed behind, striking at the enemy's smaller ships in minutes. The Zorith fleet had lost a third of its strength. Yet Riker wasn't smiling now. He knew Zarkon was dangerous. A cornered beast could still bite. "Keep your eyes open," Riker warned his officers. "He's desperate. He'll do something reckless." As if hearing his words, Zarkon made a final order. "Prepare the doomsday torpedoes," he roared. "If I fall, I'll take them with me." The alien officers hesitated. Even they feared the doomsday weapons. They were unstable, illegal weapons banned by every galactic law, meant to destroy entire star systems. But Zarkon didn't care. "Launch them," he screamed. Back on Leviathan, Argus detected the threat. "Admiral Riker," the AI spoke calmly. "Enemy flagship is preparing Forbidden's weapons. Recommend immediate action." Riker's eyes hardened. "Do it." Leviathan's weapons charged again. The energy readings on the sensors spiked higher than ever. On the Dread Sun, the alarm screamed. As a bright blue light filled the command center, Zarkon looked up. His face twisted in hate, and then the screen went white. The turning tide, the Dread Sun, Warlord Zarkon's massive command ship, vanished in a flash of pale blue light. 1 second it was there, the next it was gone. Not a single piece of debris remained. It was as if the giant ship had never existed. Across the battlefield, both human and alien ships went silent. Every screen showed the same thing. The biggest, deadliest ship in the Zorith Dominion was destroyed in one hit. No one believed it was possible. Inside the alien fleet, commanders shouted orders. Ships spun in all directions. Some tried to retreat. Others fired wildly at Leviathan. But it was useless. Their weapons did nothing. Panic spread through the alien crews like a storm. "This can't be happening." One alien officer cried. "It's just one ship," another shouted. "One ship can't do this." But Leviathan wasn't just a ship. It was a monster born from human anger, loss, and the need to survive. On the Valiant, Admiral Riker stood still, watching the alien fleet fall apart. "Now," Riker said quietly, "we end this." The human ships, small and outnumbered before, now moved forward with new courage. Fighters weaved through the enemy lines. Frigates and cruisers fired at alien ships trying to escape. The sky was filled with light as ships exploded and debris floated through space. For years, the humans had only known fear. Now, for the first time in a long time, they were winning. "Sir, the alien fleet is breaking formation." A young officer called out. His voice was filled with excitement. "They're running." Riker allowed himself a small smile. "Good. Let them run. But don't let them forget this day." He opened a channel to Leviathan. "Target the largest." "Remaining ships," Riker ordered. "Leave nothing standing." "Confirmed," came the calm voice of Leviathan's AI, Argus. Weapons primed. The giant ship moved slowly, like a dark mountain through space. Each time it fired, an alien warship disappeared. Entire squadrons broke apart. Some ships even fired at each other in confusion, trying to get away. Back on the human ships, the crews cheered. "They're falling apart," one officer shouted. "They don't stand a chance." But Admiral Riker stayed serious. He knew the battle wasn't over yet. Somewhere in the shadows, danger still waited. "Keep sharp," he warned. "They might have a last trick left." He was right in the middle of the alien retreat. A signal appeared on the sensors. It was small, too small for a normal warship. but it was moving fast, heading straight for Leviathan. Unidentified object detected, Argus announced. High-speed projectile. Possible self-destruct drone. Riker's eyes narrowed. Intercepted. Leviathan's secondary weapons turned. A beam of bright blue light struck the object. It exploded harmlessly in space, far from the ship. A cheer went up from the human crews, but there was no time to rest. Another signal appeared, then another, then 5 more. They're sending suicide drones, an officer said in shock. They'll throw everything they have, Riker replied. Desperate enemies are the most dangerous. Leviathan's defenses came to life. Beams of light shot out in every direction. Drones exploded one after another. Some got close, but none reached their target. The battle turned into a chase. Human ships hunted down the remaining alien vessels. The once proud Zorath fleet was reduced to scattered survivors, running for their lives. For the first time, the humans had the upper hand. On board Leviathan, the crew stayed focused. They knew the job wasn't finished until every threat was gone. Remaining. Enemy ships, 27, Argus reported. Destroy them, came Riker's order. Leviathan moved closer to the alien ships. Its weapons glowed, firing one by one. Alien vessels exploded like firecrackers in the dark sky. The humans pushed forward, surrounding the final Zorath ships. One alien commander opened a channel, begging for mercy. Human forces, the alien spoke, his voice shaking. We surrender. Admiral Riker listened, but showed no pity. Transmit those words to every ship, he told his officers. Let the whole galaxy hear them. Within minutes, the last alien ship surrendered. The battle was over. For the first time in years, the galaxy watched humans win. Admiral Riker stood tall on the Valiant's bridge, looking at the empty space where the enemy fleet had once been. It's done, one officer whispered, but Riker's sharp eyes stayed on the screen. No, he said quietly. It's just beginning. Somewhere out there, other alien empires had seen this battle. They had watched Leviathan in action, and they would not forget it. Leviathan turned, heading back toward the human fleet. Its dark surface gleamed under the light of distant stars. Send the message, Riker ordered, to Earth and to the galaxy. He looked at his crew. Humanity's done hiding. The secret of Leviathan. After the battle, the dark skies around Venera 7 were calm. The remains of the alien fleet floated silently, broken ships and burning debris drifting through space. Humanity had won, but the galaxy was still in shock. On board the Valiant, Admiral Riker stood on the bridge, looking at the screen. His crew was tired but proud. Some still couldn't believe it. For years, they had run from the Zorath Dominion. Now, the enemy was gone. But Riker knew this victory didn't come by luck, that it came from a secret no one outside Earth had known. He opened a private channel to Leviathan. Argus, Riker spoke. Prepare the message for Earth Command. Message. Ready, Admiral, the AI replied in its calm, deep voice. Riker took a deep breath. It's time they know. As the message was sent, Riker turned to his officers. Gather the crew, he said. They deserve to hear the truth. In the main hall of the Valiant, the remaining officers and crew gathered. The room was silent. Everyone wanted to know where Leviathan had come from, how a single ship had destroyed an entire alien armada. Admiral. Riker stood before them. You've all seen what Leviathan can do, he began. Now, you'll know where it came from. The room stayed quiet. Riker started to tell the story. Many years ago, before the Zorath Wars began, Earth discovered something. Deep under the oceans of a forgotten planet, an old human research team had found the remains of an ancient alien starship. It was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The ship was old, older than the stars themselves. Its technology was strange, powerful, and forbidden by galactic law. Earth's leaders had a choice. They could share this discovery, or they could keep it hidden. They chose to keep it in secret. They built Leviathan. Not in orbit around Earth, not on any known colony, but deep in the outer systems where no alien eyes could see. They called the project Echo Deep. Only a few people knew about it, not even most human commanders. For years, scientists and engineers worked without rest. They rebuilt the ancient technology. They added human weapons. They created an AI, Argus, to control it. The ships. Weapons were so strong, using them was a crime under galactic law. But after losing so many colonies to the Zorith, Earth stopped caring about alien rules. This was no longer about fairness. It was about survival. Admiral Riker continued. We built Leviathan for this day, he said. We knew the galaxy would turn against us one day. And when that day came, we wanted a ship that could end wars, not just fight them. The crew listened in silence. Some were angry that Earth had kept this secret. Some felt proud. But all of them understood why. Leviathan wasn't built to scare small empires. It was built to face monsters like the Zorith. To remind the galaxy that humanity wasn't weak, Riker looked at them with steady eyes. Now the galaxy knows what we're capable of, he said. And we will never be ignored again. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, alien empires received reports of the battle. The name Leviathan spread like wildfire. Some feared it. Some wanted to steal it. Some wanted to destroy it before it came for them. In the alien council chambers, old enemies whispered to one another. If the humans could build this, what else had they been hiding? One alien leader asked. No one had an answer. Back on. Leviathan, the AI Argus scanned deep space. It wasn't celebrating victory. It was searching. Something wasn't right. A new signal appeared on its long-range sensors. Faint, ancient, but real. Argus opened a private line to Admiral Riker. Admiral, the AI spoke. We have a new contact. Riker frowned. From where? Unknown origin, Argus replied. Not Zorith, not human. It's older? Riker's face hardened. Send me everything you have, he ordered. The AI transferred the data. As Riker read the readings, a cold feeling settled in his chest. The power readings were huge, bigger than Leviathan, and the signal was moving toward human space. He knew then the battle was won, but the war wasn't over. Not yet. Alert all ships, Riker commanded. I want full battle readiness. He stared out into the dark space beyond the shattered remains of the Zorith fleet. Something's coming. The fall of Zarkon. The battlefield around Venera 7 was quiet now. Pieces of destroyed alien ships drifted slowly through the darkness. Fires burned on wreckage. Human fighters returned to their ships. It was over. The last of the Zorith. Dominion had been crushed. Their warlord, Zarkon, was gone. His flagship, Dreadsun, was nothing but memory. And for the first time in years, humanity stood without fear. On board the Valiant, Admiral Riker watched the final reports come in. Casualties? He asked. 17 fighters lost. 1 cruiser damaged. No capital ship losses, an officer replied. Riker nodded. It was a miracle. In battles against the Zorith before, humans would lose hundreds of ships in a single fight. This time, with Leviathan, they had turned the impossible into victory. The human crews celebrated, but Riker stayed focused. He knew better than to relax. Too soon. His eyes moved to the sensor reports from Leviathan. The mysterious signal Argus had detected was still there. Faint, ancient, and growing stronger. He opened a channel to Leviathan. Argus, what are we looking at? The AI's voice was calm. Unknown contact. Large energy source, not matching any known empire. Estimated arrival in 12 hours. Riker's face tightened. Can we identify it? Negative, Argus replied. But its power readings exceed those of Leviathan by 42%. That number made the bridge crew go silent. 42% stronger than Leviathan? Nothing in the galaxy was supposed to be that powerful. No empire, no weapon, no ship. Riker closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them, his voice steady. Prepare all ships. We'll face it, whatever it is. The officers nodded across human space. The victory over the Zorth spread like wildfire. Colonies cheered, survivors wept. People who had lived in fear for years could finally breathe. The galaxy, however, reacted differently. Alien empires gathered in secret meetings. Some feared Leviathan. Some envied it. And some wanted to destroy it. This human ship threatens the balance of the galaxy, one alien lord hissed. It must be dealt with. But no one dared move yet. Not until they knew what this new signal was. Back in deep space, the unknown object moved closer. Aboard Leviathan, Argus continued to scan. The AI sensors found old galactic records, myths about a lost race called the Aetherin, ancient builders from a forgotten time, believed to have vanished millions of years ago. Their technology was said to be beyond understanding. Argus reported this to Riker. The signal matches the descriptions of Aetherin relic signatures. Argus explained. Riker leaned forward. I thought those were just stories. So did the galaxy, Argus replied. But the power reading is real. Riker knew what this meant. If something from the Aetherin era was waking up, it could be worse than the Zorth. And Earth's enemies might try to strike while humanity faced this new threat. He opened a fleet-wide channel. This is Admiral Riker. Our battle is won, but a greater danger approaches. Every ship will prepare for full combat readiness. No one leaves formation. No one panics. We've proven today what humanity is capable of. And we're about to prove it again. His voice carried strength, and the tired crews straightened. They had just defeated the strongest empire in the galaxy. They weren't going to back down now. As preparations began, survivors from the human colony Venera 7 watched the sky. Some still afraid, some hopeful. Children pointed at Leviathan, moving silent through space. And for the first time in their lives, they felt safe. Onboard alien ships hiding at the edge of the system, spies watched in fear. They sent reports back to their homeworlds. Lee, humans are still standing, and something worse is coming. In the council chambers of other alien empires, leaders debated what to do. Should we strike now? One asked. Fools, another shouted. If they crushed the Zorth, what do you think they'll do to us? But one old alien commander spoke calmly. No, we'll wait, he said. Wait and see if this new threat takes care of them for us. The galaxy held its breath. Back on the Valiant, Riker received new sensor data. Admiral, an officer called out. The contact has entered system range. It's massive. On the screen, a dark shape appeared far away, moving slowly, but with incredible power. It was larger than any known ship. Its surface glowed with symbols no one recognized. Even Leviathan systems struggled to scan it. It's not showing up on our database, Argus confirmed. Designation? Unknown. Riker stared at the screen. Whatever this thing is? He muttered. We face it together. He opened a channel to Leviathan and all human ships. All units. Battle stations. Lock weapons on the new contact. Stay sharp. No one fires unless I give the order. As the strange ship drifted closer, a strange, ancient voice echoed through human comm systems. A language no one had spoken in a million years. Yet somehow, it spoke a single word every ship understood. Leviathan. The bridge went silent. The unknown ship had called it by name. Riker's heart pounded in his chest. "They know us," he whispered. "A new power rises." The dark shape in space moved slowly but steadily. It was larger than any ship humanity or the galaxy had ever seen. Its surface shimmered with strange ancient symbols, glowing softly in colors no human could name. And somehow it had spoken. A word that no alien empire should have known. Leviathan. On the Valiant's bridge, Admiral Riker's crew sat in stunned silence. The unknown ship had called Leviathan by name. But how? No one outside Earth's top command had ever heard of it before the battle. Riker's face was hard. He wasn't afraid, but he was cautious. This wasn't just a new enemy. This was something ancient. Something the galaxy had forgotten. Or wanted to forget. He opened a channel to Leviathan. "Argus, is that thing hailing us?" The AI's calm voice answered. "Negative. No active communication." The voice heard across our comm systems was broadcast on every known frequency. It was meant for us and for them. Argus transferred images from nearby alien spy ships. All of them had heard it too. Every empire watching from the shadows knew the name Leviathan now. "Wonderful," Riker muttered. "The whole galaxy just got invited to the party." The unknown ship stopped just outside weapon range. No weapons fired. No threats spoken. It simply hung there in the darkness. A new reading appeared on the screen. "Admiral," an officer called out. "Their weapons are charging." Riker clenched his fist. "All ships, defensive formation. Leviathan, you're our shield." Inside Leviathan, Argus powered up the shields and aimed every weapon at the unknown ship. "Admiral," Argus said calmly, "the energy signature from this vessel surpasses any known weapon system. If it fires, even Leviathan may not withstand it." Riker took a deep breath. The moment was here. "All ships, hold position," he ordered. "No one fires until I say." The alien ship's glow increased, its symbols burning bright blue. The space around it twisted, as if reality itself were bending. Then it stopped. The light faded. The weapons powered down. A soft pulse of energy spread from the ship, washing over the battlefield. It wasn't an attack. It was a message. Argus translated it instantly. "Humanity, your weapon is not unknown to us. It carries the blood of those who came before, the builders, the forgotten, the lost." On the bridge, Riker frowned. "The builders? What are they talking about?" Argus continued. "This galaxy is a graveyard of old wars and broken empires. Leviathan was built from Forbidden's relics for a reason. A war is coming, greater than the Zorth, greater than any you have seen." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Even after the battle they had just won, the thought of a bigger war chilled them. The message ended with a final warning. "Prepare yourselves. You are no longer the hunted. You are now one of us. And our enemies are watching." Then, without sound, the giant alien ship turned and slowly moved away, vanishing into deep space. Within minutes, it disappeared from every scanner, as if it had never existed. The bridge was silent for a long moment. Then an officer finally spoke. "Admiral, what does this mean?" Riker looked out at the stars. "It means we're not alone," he said. "And we never were." He turned to his crew, voice steady. "This fight isn't over. The galaxy's watching, and now so are things. Older than time. But they're going to learn what the Zorth did today." He gave a cold, confident smile. "Humans don't run." Across the fleet, human ships cheered. From tiny fighters to heavy cruisers, every crew stood proud. They had beaten the greatest empire in the galaxy. They had faced an ancient power and survived. And whatever came next, they would meet it head on. Back on Earth, news of the battle reached every colony and city. Children sang songs about Leviathan. Survivors told stories of the ship that ended a war in a single day, but in the dark corners of the galaxy, other empires gathered. Whispers of Leviathan spread like wildfire. And, in the farthest reaches of space, something else woke up.